one season to prove himself as a starter in Green Bay?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate her reporting, but of course, the fact is that Aaron Rodgers is gone. They're placing their faith in him. He's the starting quarterback. He's been handed the reins. And if this man does not show up for the Green Bay Packers and produces, they're going to move on. They're going to move on. All right, popcorn, I got that. The point is that that's really what this comes down to. And I'm looking at him right now, and I'm saying, okay, you got Christian Watson. He can ball. You've got Romeo Doubs. We saw them in the lineup with Aaron Rodgers throwing them the ball. Obviously, he's had an opportunity to practice with them. He's thrown 83 passes over the past couple of years in his career. He's completed 60% of his passes. He's got 3 touchdowns. He's got 3 interceptions, only 1 career start. We get all of that. I don't expect him to live up to what we were accustomed to seeing from Aaron Rodgers so soon.
Can I pause for 1 second?
I just think that he got to get him to the playoffs.
The key thing, and I'll let you get in, Damien, is it fair to him that he only is going to have 1 year?
I don't give a damn whether it's fair to him or not. It's the National Football League. You're a pro. You know, fairness, come to me with that with amateurism. You're receiving a paycheck to play on a professional level. You have the skill sets. They felt comfortable moving Aaron Rodgers out. Obviously, they believe they've seen enough in you in order for you to be that dude, the successor to Aaron Rodgers. Show up. The NFC North is not that great. Chicago, they might be improved, but we're not expecting big things. We're hopeful about Detroit, but they've yet to prove it, okay? Even though they ended the regular season by beating you with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. Obviously, the Minnesota Vikings are nothing to sneeze at, but Dalvin Cook is going. Justin Jefferson is there. Who's going to be their number 2 receiver? Is Kirk Cousins going to show up when it really, really counts, even though he's pretty damn good and his numbers in the regular season are more than respectable? In the end, the NFC North can be had if you look at Green Bay's roster. It can be had if Jordan Love is a portion of what they've indicated he could potentially be. I don't give a damn what fair to him. My boy Jeff said it best, Damien Woody. Fair is a place where they judge pigs. It doesn't exist. We ain't trying to hear all that.
Man spoke a word just now, didn't he? Spoke a word. But listen, at the end of the day, this is the first time Jordan Love is playing. And Stephen is right. At the end of the day, nobody cares if it's fair night. You're going to have 1 season. And you better improve from beginning to end. I don't know what the numbers are going to look like, but I think from the Green Bay Packers perspective, their organization, all they care about is we need to see progress from September to December and January. If we see that, then we're comfortable going into 2024. If we see you fall flat on your face, you better believe there's going to be competition brought in for Jordan Love in 2024. That's just the way of the league.
What would constitute a successful season for him? And we got to remember, like Stephen A. mentioned, he's just played 1 game since 2020. Yeah. Which is very rare for a first-round pick.
Right. There is no question about it. I think it's hard to quantify like numbers, like what, as far as numbers, like what would, be what would the numbers look like? But I just think that steady improvement over the season. But Stephen A. brought up something that I've been harping on. Green Bay has a very talented roster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With that being said,
defense should be really good this year. And I've always said, usually, especially early in the season, the defense is ahead of the offense. The defense needs to hold it down while Jordan Love is kind of getting his sea legs under him during the season. And if he continues to progress, I don't see why Green Bay shouldn't at least be contending for the NFC North title.
But listen, the bottom line is this. That's one reason. Their defense is real, no doubt about that. But some of the pieces that they have offensively are familiar guys. I mean, you got Jordan Love. Aaron Jones has been there before. A.J. Dillon has been there before. Romeo Doubs was there last year. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? There was a couple of times we were asking that question about him last year because we were looking for him. But then he showed up in certain moments and showed that he could ball. Obviously, Christian Watson showed us a lot, and he has tremendous potential. We're getting all of that. I'm saying these are familiar pieces that have been around this team while Jordan Love has been there over the last 2-3 years. So you couple that with the defense that they have, okay? The experience that they have, the coach that's been there for a few years, okay? With 3 years in a row, 13-win seasons. You got all of that going on. Plus you look at the NFC North. Again, it's going to be competitive, but it's not like it can't be had. It's not like you're looking at somebody and saying there's no way in hell anybody is knocking them off. Everybody has vulnerabilities within that division. So why shouldn't the expectation be, because of his teammates and his supporting cast, that we can look at Jordan Love and say, yo, make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Playoff team?
Playoffs. I don't care whether it's division crown or wild card. Playoffs. Playoffs. You don't make the playoffs, you failed.
Are you with that?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
That's right.
Coming up, we're going to get into Damien's team.
You're distracted by the balloon?
Yeah,
you sure you're right?
I'm distracted.
She kind of threw me off with the balloon.
Yes, yes.
Guys, oh my gosh, get
and
it
the popcorn.
together.
She's staring at the popcorn like it's
Bring
food.
the popcorn. Can we get the popcorn
You know what I'm saying?
Who's the popcorn?
Just throw it.
Is this like a snack for you during the show?
No, this is just all this is all Stephen A's.
It's not mine. It's not mine. I don't eat popcorn.
It goes with your outfit.
Yeah, but I don't eat popcorn. Caramel popcorn. I do eat caramel. I eat caramel popcorn.
I'm starting to question
No, I
you.
eat caramel
You don't
popcorn.
eat popcorn?
Not the regular popcorn. The caramel popcorn.
Who doesn't eat popcorn? What do you do when you go to the movie theater?
Nestle's Crunching Bunch.
I don't think I've had Nestle's Crunchy Bunch. What is that?
Let me tell y'all something right now.
I'm going to Google that
Let me tell you something right now. True story.
Yeah.
This is
I
true.
like Milk Duds.
I have what? You're ruining my appetite, and you're ruining the moment. Chill out. Hold on. Okay? I go to the movie theater. And I've done this. I've walked in the movie theater, and if they don't have my Nestle's Crunching Bunch, I turn around and walk out.
It's called Bunch of Crunch.
Bunch of Crunch. I'm sorry.
Bunch of Crunch. Maybe they'll sponsor
If they don't have it,
maybe they should sponsor us.
Even after I pay for the movie. If they don't have my Nestle's Crunching Bunch, Bunch of Crunch, I walk out.
It's been a battle, but I enjoy it. Don't forget, guys, in March, the Buccaneers agreed to terms with 6-year quarterback Baker Mayfield on a 1-year contract. So Baker's down in Tampa, and he'll compete with third-year man Kyle Trask for that starting role. So, Damien, back to Evan's comments. Who is the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Justin Jefferson for me. I mean, you're talking about a guy who can beat you in so many different ways, Stephen A. Like the route runner, his precision. I always look at, like, there are certain guys that do certain things exceptionally well. Tyreek Hill is a guy that threatens you the most with speed. You know, there's bigger wide receivers. Justin Jefferson can beat you any way you want.
Yeah.
Ultimate route runner. He's like him and Devontae Adams, to me, like the best route runner. He's fast. He's aggressive. His hands are exceptional. Like, even when you know he's getting double teamed, and Kirk Cousins will still throw him the ball and expect him to come down with the catch. That's how dominant this guy has been ever since he stepped foot in the National Football League. He's only getting better.
Yeah.
He's only getting better, which is a scary thought. So for me, it's Justin Jefferson.
Well, first of all, let's say this. Before we even get into deciphering who we're going to pick, Mike Evans is special.
Oh, he's real.
He's been in the league since 2014. He has never failed to have a 1,000-yard season in his career. No matter how many games. He played 1 year, 13 games. Played another year, 15 games. Started 14 games 1 year, et cetera, et cetera. Only missed 1 game over the last 3 years. Every single year he's had a minimum of 1,000 yards receiving. So give him love, respect, and credit. And he is big time, even though last year we were wondering what the hell happened with his chemistry with Tom Brady for a long, long time. Having said that, no, I wouldn't label him the best. I appreciate Justin Jefferson. He's a stud. He's that dude. We're just listening to him do an interview a few days ago, and he talked about how he wants to be the greatest wide receiver who ever lived. I don't think that will happen because I don't see him eclipsing Jerry Rice. I don't see him eclipsing Randy Moss. T.O. you can throw in there, but I would tell you he's got a chance, but I don't see it. Primarily because of who his quarterback is. To me, Rice had Joe Montana. You got Kirk Cousins. We can look at it any way you want to. Kirk Cousins could play. He's not a scrub, but is he that dude? I'm not so sure. Now, having said all of that, I appreciate the Justin Jefferson. I'm going to roll with Tyreek Hill. The brother that's the fastest receiver in football that runs 23 miles an hour, that dude. That electrifying dude that mimics Damian Lillard and waves goodbye to you when he's blowing past you, who can take a 5-yard pass and just take it to the house. That dude who the Justin Jeffersons, the Devontae Adams of the world, whether it's DeAndre Hopkins when he's on his game, it's a multitude of people, mad respect and love for them. They're big time, they're elite, they can make big things happen. But Tyreek Hill scares the living hell out of you. I mean, when you are, you could sit up there, you could see defenders, and all right, it's a Justin Jefferson, it's anybody else. I want to go at them one-on-one. I want to see if I can guard them. I want to see if I can defend against them. Let's see it. You don't see anybody asking for that smoke against Tyreek Hill. They looking at the defensive coordinators. They looking at their secondary coach. They're like, what help you going to get me? What help you going to get me? I can't stay with this dude. That is the kind of impact Tyreek Hill has. And when I look at Tyreek Hill on a football field, it is fright night. It is fright night for defenders. They want no parts of that brother. That is my guy. That is the guy I believe is the best in the world right now.
Listen, Tyreek Hill is a good choice. There's no question because he has something that you cannot teach: speed. Yeah. You can't teach speed.
And he can catch too, by the way.
Yeah, he can catch. Absolutely, he can catch, and he fits perfectly the way the modern day NFL where they want to get guys in space and then you just go off from there. I would say for me, if I'm looking at a complete package, I want someone who's not only fast, who has the size, but the route running ability, a guy who can break you off at the line of scrimmage, and all of that stuff. To me, that's Justin Jefferson. Like, there's not a route he can't run. There's not a thing he can't do on the football field.
Let me make a opposing argument here. One other thing I think is important to bring up. Tyreek Hill, prior to last season, had back-to-back 1,200-plus yard seasons with Patrick Mahomes throwing him the football. He departs from Kansas City. He goes to Miami. He tells us Tua Tagovailoa got the kind of accuracy that could rival Patrick Mahomes. I thought he should have been drug tested. I said, something wrong with you. And then I said, you clearly hating on Patrick Mahomes. You mad you didn't get your money from Kansas City. All this other stuff. I was presumptive with my comments. This brother proceeds to go out on the football field, playing 13 games, because he played all 17 games, playing 13 games with Tua, playing 2 games with Teddy Bridgewater, playing another 2 games with Skylar Thompson, including a playoff game. The brother had 1,710 yards, averaging 14.4 yards a catch. I'm sorry. I don't know many receivers that can do that, okay? It don't matter. He basically tells you it don't matter who's throwing me the football. All right, fine, you can't get it downfield. Just dip and dunk it. Give me this 5-yard pass right here. I'll take it to the house. That's who the hell Tyreek Hill is. Tyreek Hill, to me, is the most electrifying receiver in football. He cannot be defended one-on-one. He is scary, okay? And I think he creates fear in the opposition. A lot of people, and I use the LeBron Jordan analogy, as I've said before. Basketball people want to disagree with me, go ahead and disagree with me. LeBron is profoundly respected, an all-time great. But there's a level of fear you had going up against Jordan that you didn't necessarily have going up against LeBron. That is how I look at the cheetah, Tyreek Hill, as a wide receiver compared to other wide receivers in football. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.